Apple's chart looks terrifying. Coinbase is suing the SEC. Fidelity just held a meeting with the SEC about a Bitcoin ETF being approved. Federal Reserve may be bailing out the Japanese bank. Hackers have just stolen millions worth of NFTs. Chapter 11 bankruptcy filings have skyrocketed. The M2 money supply has just collapsed. And Mark Zuckerberg is building a $100 million bunker in Hawaii. What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Today we have a lot of stuff to cover. I'm going to cover the overall market, what is happening coming into the new year of 2024. I'm also going to update you on how my long-term portfolio did. So it's going to be an exciting video. Watch till the end. And it's not sort of a one-topic video. I'm going to cover a few different things. I'm also going to cover cryptos that could start exploding, as well as stocks. Stocks to watch this week that we may be trading, making some gains off of. And if you're not in the Discord, you want to watch this video through so that you can keep them on your radar. Of course, all I ask, please hit the like button. It's free. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get over to the computer. Let's start this video off by prepping you for the week to come. The economic data that is dropping this week, aka the catalyst for the overall market, are building permits on Tuesday, as well as housing starts. Wednesday, you have consumer confidence, existing home sales, and then Thursday, Q3 GDP, as well as jobless claims and Philly Fed manufacturing index. And then Friday, core PCE inflation, durable goods orders, consumer sentiment, new home sales, and there are a few others that aren't listed. Now, the SPY has been ripping, about to hit an all-time high to start the year, especially coming into the Santa Claus rally. If you don't know what a Santa Claus rally is, it's usually the last trading week of the year, coming into the early start of January and then ending where basically every single stock does well. But is the SPY going to be bullish for the whole year? This can dictate your entire portfolio. Thinking about rate cuts coming up, which everyone is pricing in, you may think that everything is sunshine and rainbows for the market. Then you look at the unemployment chart and how it historically reacted. '08 crash, COVID crash, etc., etc., as well as the current yield curve inversion reaching the same depth as 1928. Here's the last one that I'm going to show you. Recessions and volatility spikes tend to occur when the SPY/TLT ratio plummets. Right now, the SPY-TLT ratio is printing a bearish shooting star all the way up on the quarterly chart. Each candlestick is a 3-month period. Note how high this ratio has risen. It's nearly double the peak value reached in the lead up to prior recessions. The red-shaped areas highlight previous US recessions right here, as well as right here during the COVID crash. Now, never has the S&P 500 been as overvalued as it is when compared against the risk-free asset, long-duration US Treasuries. In fact, the S&P 500 is so overvalued that the sell-off in 2022 merely brought the Shiller PE ratio down to about the same level as the peak before the Great Depression. Now, this brings me into the point of TMF, which is something we have held in the long-term portfolio. The 20-year treasuries. This goes hand in hand with TLT and has been ripping heads off. Now, I'm holding this through next year because even if there are negative catalysts for the overall market, as long as the Fed cuts rates, which they will do at some point, right, this thing will continue to rise. This comes back to the point that the risk-free asset versus the overvalued S&P 500, there's not a large enough gap to take that risk. Now, what concerns me the most about the SPY-TLT ratio chart is the unprecedented confluence of higher time frame charts. The ratio is about to begin oscillating down on the monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, and yearly charts at the same exact time. So the conclusion is that the coming recession will likely last quite a long time, or that it will come in waves, as occurred during the stagflation of the 1970s when several recessions occurred within the span of about 10 years. Although it's easy to believe the proposition that a soft landing has been achieved when the VIX is 12 and the SPY is near an all-time high, be aware that higher volatility will ensue from the record fast rate hiking cycle. There is always a long lag between when interest rates rise and when the broad economy is impacted. Many charts continue to confirm that strong stagflation is coming. While I am a stock market bull over the long term, I remain convinced that an economic storm is coming. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you think 2024 is going to close lower than 480, drop that chart that declines emoji in the comments down below. If you think it is going to close above 480 in 2024, drop that one that scales up. Something I really want to look at. SQQQ. Basically betting inverse the S&P 500, betting against the overall market. The SPY may be extremely overvalued. The VIX is very low, as well as SQQQ, and it continues to find lower lows. This isn't the time. I'm going to tell you right now, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't the time to jump into SQQ. This isn't the time to necessarily jump into the VIX until there's confirmation, right? As of right now, sunshine and rainbows for the SPY. Going to continue to climb, and if it does so continue to climb, the next level for the SPY I'm watching in a bull market market is 555. That is where I'm looking at for the S&P 500. Keep in mind that everyone has already priced in rate cuts and are continuing to price that in. With that being said, there is much more of a percentage chance that the SPY will be negatively affected from any catalyst that comes out than positively affected. I need you to note that, okay? So not only is it near all-time highs, not only is it very overbought with several different indicators as well as charts, not only does it have negative catalysts that show a black swan is incoming, but also it's priced in most of the positive news. Now I'm going to give you some cryptos to watch this week before we jump into the long-term portfolio, but I wanted to touch on Disney really quick. I put this video up about 3 months ago. It's been 2 months and somewhat days right now, and I talked about Disney. I'm going to show you this little clip. Take a look at Disney. It's reaching this low that it tests very often, and when it does hit this low, at least previously, historically, it has a nasty rip to the upside. I'm just putting this on your radar at $79. There is risk here. However, there is potentially some reward here. I personally don't own any Disney and I don't plan on it. But if Disney does get a bounce, watch 95.26 or somewhere around that zone. If we break over $95, I mean, that's kind of a decent entry point for Disney. And what exactly happened? Disney came down to that $79 level, all the way up to that $95.26 level. I have not moved these lines, and that would have been a nasty trade. Now, Disney did not break out of its falling channel just yet. Once it does get a clean break out of this channel, right, it broke above the level that I said, but it didn't clean break above. Once it does, I'm watching 108.35 for Disney. Overall, not taking an entry just yet. Now let's talk about Bonk. This crypto has been going nuts, and shout out to my boy Johnny for bringing this up, putting it on my radar. I should have been in it, right? And I put it on your guys' radar as well. Let me know if you have been in Bonk or made gains on Bonk. But this thing basically rose 20,000%. Actually, a little bit more than 20,000%. And now from its all-time high is down 40%. And it could be potentially ready to go again. I checked out Bonk when it was down here in November, early December, and I missed this nasty pull. And now it's pulled back once again. But now that it is being put on more people's radar, it is definitely a more skeptical entry at this point. And if it does make the gains that it continues to make, then going in with a small position isn't that risky because you could 10x it or just lose that small position, right? In that sense, the risk reward is there. Also, some cryptos I want you to put on your radar. Solana, Ali USD, ticker symbol ALI, Artificial Liquid Intelligence, LRC, and then Shiba. Okay, I want you to write these down, screenshot this, whatever you have to do. Now let's touch on the long-term portfolio. As of right now, you can tell that I let go of some stocks throughout the year, and now I hold Apple, AbbVie, ARR, CRT, Johnson & Johnson, Pepsi, SCHD, SPY, TMF, Tesla, TXN, VU, XRX. And I want to tell you, the ones doing the best are TMF, up 16.25%, as well as XRX, up 11.66%. Now, of course, my VU is up 7%, my Tesla's also up 12%, my SPY's up 10%, my AbbVie's up 8%, and my Apple's up 2.5%. However, coming into the new year, the REITs that I own, I do expect them to scale higher and get out of the red, potentially, right? Ticker symbol ARR, CRT, also hopefully Johnson & Johnson, as well as Pepsi. Pepsi's a very, very long-term hold, and then SCHD, not really worried about, as well as TXN. Now, one of my two favorites that I think just have started to make a breakout that I want you to put on your radar is ticker symbol AbbVie, ticker symbol ABBV, giving you a 4% dividend yield, but also breaking above the 618 fib and basing off of it right now, has been continuously ripping since day 1 of December. Finally getting a cool off, so put this one on your radar. As well as ticker symbol XRX, Xerox Holdings, giving you a 5.4% dividend yield, trading at $18.29. Same with AbbVie, right? Since the very day 1 of December, has not stopped ripping heads off, and I think now's the time to put these on your radar and potentially get in for the long term. Now, the trading challenge. Where are we at with the trading challenge? We entered ticker symbol MAMA on its earnings, and sadly, we got stopped out. I put a safety net on this trade just because the trading challenge is a very, very small account to trade with, and we are going for percentage gains because you guys are trading with your own amount, so I'm going for this consistent way of getting percentage gains. So we went in with a stop at $3.60, and of course the stock flashed down to $3.51 and stopped us out, right? I put a stop at that 236 on the fib, but it flashed below, and that was actually the support that it did. I should have expected it to fake me out and for it to pull those stops from several investors, and then it came all the way up to $4. So we would have had a nice profit on that, but we ended up taking a loss on Mama. And now the portfolio is sitting down from 316 to 307.50, which Carvana has just been holding us up. Carvana, a 30% gain as of right now, only holding one share left because we ended up taking some profits on the previous shares that we had. And honestly, Carvana coming into 2024 is looking extremely well. Carvana trading at 51.40, broke above a major level at $45, and I see Carvana early 2024 coming up to $92.65. Latest being April. I see Carvana coming up to this level in February, March, so keep this on your radar, as well as other plays that trade very similarly like Palantir, etc., etc. If you want to know how to join on this trading challenge, it's super sick because I take a trade and I don't even have to announce it. You're going to get a notification. And then when that notification pops up, you just press copy and you're in the same trade. So what I think is really cool about this is even if I had my stops, you guys would have made money on Mama, which you can see right here. Frenetically actually following my trades made money on that, but also we'd be up 30% on a Carvana. So the link is under the video. Follow me on Frenetically and change your basis trade amount, which I do have a full video on how to set everything up and join the trading challenge. We just started. We take trades whenever there's an opportunity, so you have time to follow me. Also guys, get in the Discord. The link is right under the video. I'm in there on the daily. We talk stocks all day long, post gains, post losses. We have options trading alerts in there, and overall there's just the most amazing people in Discord. Finally, Moomoo, 15 free stocks, 5.1% on your uninvested cash. Better than a bank account, better than Robinhood. Free level 2 order book data so you can see where whales are loading up and dropping off shares, and a ton of other benefits. All you have to do is press my link, sign up, and make it a positive even $1 to start earning benefits from there. So thank you, Moomoo, for giving my subscribers this amazing benefit. Overall guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. I think that is it, and if I have more, I will update you on a YouTube short or maybe even another video. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and yeah, get in the Discord so we can chit chat. I love you all. Lottery Socks out.